I bought 100 Nintendo Switch games, and today we're looking at every single one of them. The Nintendo Switch has been out for over 7 years now. I know that's crazy to hear and kind of hard to believe. I've been collecting Switch games for about 3 years, and I've acquired over 100. I counted, and I have 103 Switch games, and we're going to look at all of them today. Now, I haven't played all these games. It takes a long time to play 100 games, so in this video, I'll be talking about the ones that I love and have played, and some of them I haven't played, so I probably won't have much to say about those, and I'm going to be going through these pretty quickly. No one wants to sit here for an hour and looking at Switch games. I also broke them down into categories, so like Mario games, Zelda games, first-party Nintendo games, multiplayer games, horror games, stuff like that. So let's get started. Let's look at my entire Switch collection. The first stack is my Mario games. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I'm a huge Mario fan. A long-term goal of mine is to collect every Mario game, and there are so many good Mario games on Switch, I don't even think I have half of them. First, we have Super Mario Maker 2, which is just endlessly entertaining with all the online created levels. Then we have Super Mario 3D World with Bowser's Fury. Couple Mario sports games. We have Mario Tennis Aces and Mario Strikers Battle League. I know a lot of people didn't love Battle League, but I still enjoy it. We also have the Mario Rabbids games. Not really my style, never got into these, but I do have them in the collection because they are pretty cheap these days. Mario Kart 8, one of the best games on Switch. I've played that more than most of the others you'll see in this collection. We also have Super Mario Wonder and Super Mario Odyssey, my two favorites by far. Some of the best Mario games ever made. We also have the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection, which has shot up in value lately. Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, which is a fun puzzle game. Then we have Super Smash. I am so bad at Smash, but I do enjoy playing it, even if I do get my ass kicked all the time. Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. This was a cool port. It's not one of my favorite Mario games, but it's definitely a good one. Luigi's Mansion 3 is one of the best games graphically on the Switch. This game is just beautiful. And for the last Mario game, we have Paper Mario, the Origami King. We have a little stack here of Zelda games. Zelda is one of the best franchises Nintendo's ever done, and Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are two of the greatest games ever made. If you haven't played them, what are you doing? We also have Skyward Sword HD, which I didn't love, and then we have Link's Awakening, which I did love. Really awesome art style in this one. Of course, we gotta have some Pokemon games. If we're collecting any Nintendo console, Pokemon is one of the biggest franchises ever. We have Pokemon Sword, which I didn't play very much of, and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Also didn't play very much of this, but I did play a lot of Let's Go Pikachu, which is my personal favorite Pokemon game on the Switch. The original Pokemon games are my favorite. Those are the ones I grew up playing, and this is just a modernized version of that, so it really hit the sweet spot for me as far as modern Pokemon games go. Pokemon Legends Arceus was a really cool, fresh take on the Pokemon games. I enjoyed this one a lot. And Pokemon Snap, which is one of my favorite games to just play when I want to relax and take my time and enjoy something nice and slow. The next stack are some of the Nintendo first-party games I have, starting with Metroid Prime Remastered. This is still sealed. I haven't got a chance to play this one yet. We also have Splatoon 2 and 3. I played so much Splatoon 2, but when Splatoon 3 came out, it just was kind of more of the same, so I didn't play much of that. Animal Crossing New Horizons was one of my most played games and one of my favorite games of all time. I actually played through this game twice. I made an island on my old Switch. I ended up giving that one away, so I started over from scratch on my OLED and enjoyed it just as much. This game is endless fun. It's just perfect. And we also have Kirby and the Forgotten Land, one of the best 3D platformers on the Switch, if not ever, and one of the best Kirby games too. I absolutely love 2D games, that's why I'm so into retro games, and here are some of the 2D shooters and platformers. There are so many good ones on the Nintendo Switch. Like Prince of Persia and the Lost Crown, this one came out recently and I've been really enjoying it. We also have Mega Man 11, which I got for cheap at Best Buy. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, just like Ori and the Blind Forest. I've heard a lot of good things about the Ori franchise, but just one I haven't gotten around to yet. This is Death Smiles 1 and 2. I played a ton of this back on my Xbox 360, and when I saw they had it for the Nintendo Switch, I had to pick it up, but I haven't played it on Switch yet. We also have Hunt Down, which is a really cool 2D shooter, and it comes with some cool pins, a nice little extra. We also have Killer Queen Black, which has a sticker on it still. I haven't gotten a chance to take that off. And Gree, which is one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. And Cuphead. This game is just too difficult for me. It drives me absolutely insane. I know it's great, but I just can't handle it. Then Dead Cells, I played some of the Dead Cells Castlevania mashup, and that was just awesome. We also have Carry On, which I haven't played yet. Don't know anything about this game. It's still sealed. And finally, Hollow Knight, which is just a modern classic. If you haven't played this one yet, please get your hands on it. This next stack is all horror and psychological horror and spooky games. Horror is one of my favorite genres of everything, movies, games, whatever. We have Resident Evil, the triple pack. I played Resident Evil 4 through on this. The card itself is only Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 are downloads. This one's actually limited run. This is Quake. This is sealed. Haven't played this one on Switch. We also have Remothered, another one I haven't got around to play, but it looks like a cool psychological horror game. This is the remake of Stubbs the Zombie from the Xbox, a really great port to the Switch, and Little Nightmares, really great art style. It is a 2D game, but I decided to put this in the horror section. And In Sound Mind, this is available on all current gen consoles, but I played it on Switch and I loved it. We also have Doom. Doom is an absolute classic. This is one of the best versions of the game in my opinion. This game doesn't look like it would be a psychological horror, but it is. It's freaky. We also have Dying Light, which I didn't play very much of. It wasn't really my thing. Five Nights at Freddy's. What can I say about that? I don't know. Friday the 13th was a game I really enjoyed. It works great on the Switch. I played a ton of this. Then we have Destroy All Humans, which is one of my favorite games growing up. I had it on PS2, and this port is pretty much perfect. Dead by Daylight, I know a lot of people enjoy this. I did play a little bit. The BioShock Collection, another great port, and Bendy and the Ink Machine, which is one of my favorite modern games in general. I've really enjoyed this game. If you kind of like horror and you haven't played this one yet, I can't recommend it enough. Next, we have some racing games. I only have a few here. We have Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Great game. I feel like it's a classic at this point. Gas Guzzlers Extreme. This is a budget title. And guess what? Haven't played it. And we have Burnout Paradise, which is one of the best racing games. I've played this a ton on Switch, and when it was originally out, this is a great remaster. We also have a few fighting games here, another smaller stack. I have Mortal Kombat 11, Big Rumble Creed Championships. I'm a huge fan of the Rocky franchise. Unfortunately, this game isn't very good. And finally, we have the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. My only sports games on the Nintendo Switch are MLB The Show 23 and 24. I was so excited when they finally put these on consoles other than PlayStation because I play this in handheld mode all of the time. One of my favorite things to do is to sit down and watch a baseball game and play baseball on my Switch. It's so much fun. I know it graphically looks pretty bad. It looks like a PlayStation 2 game, but it plays just fine, and I really enjoy this game. I've played this a lot. Here is a big fat stack of couch co-op games. The Switch is great for couch co-op. You can just take the Joy-Cons off and play with your buddies in person. I feel like couch co-op has kind of faded away recently, and I'm glad the Switch is keeping it going with these great games like Super Bomberman R and Nintendo Switch Sports. Nintendo Switch Sports isn't as good as Wii Sports, but it's still fun, especially with friends. We also have the Turtles games. These are both great. I mean, they've always been great couch co-op games, and now we have them on Switch. Clubhouse Games 51 and Pac-Man Museum. We also have Puyo Puyo Tetris, which is one of the best versions of Tetris, especially in the two-player mode. We have the classic puzzle platformer Super Monkey Ball. Banana Blitz is a great version. And Snipper Clips Plus, which is my favorite two-player couch co-op game on the Switch besides Mario Kart. You play as two little pieces of paper and you have to cut each other to figure out puzzles. I've had some great times and great laughs with that. And finally, It Takes Two, which is a modern classic. It won Game of the Year for good reason, and it plays great on Switch. If you haven't checked that out, and you like playing games with your friends in person, I highly recommend it. For our next stop, we have more family-oriented games. We have some Sonic games in here, Sonic Superstars, Sonic Mania, which I really enjoy, and Sonic Forces, which I don't really enjoy very much. We also have Donut County. This game is sealed. It's worth $60 or $70, so I actually bought this digitally. It's the only game I have digitally on my Switch. We also have Super Lucky's Tale, a really great 3D platformer. Hotel Transylvania, which the only reason I own is because I bought it for $7 at a thrift store. It's the only Switch game I ever found at a thrift store, and I kept the sticker on there to remind myself why I have this game at all. We have Owlboy and Minecraft. I still play a lot of Minecraft. This is the only game I have that isn't NTSC, as you can see. Kind of drives me nuts, but what are you going to do? I also have Snack World, the Dungeon Crawl, Spyro, the Reignited Trilogy. I've always loved Spyro games since I was little. Glad to have it on Switch. Stardew Valley. I haven't played too much of this. I actually have the alternative cover on this, so I thought I'd show you that. This is one of the few games that actually comes with a manual, which is always nice. The Star Wars Skywalker saga. Lego games are always great. I always really enjoy those. A Hat in Time, which I haven't gotten around to play, but I've heard great things about. We have Crash Bandicoot 4, another franchise I really enjoy. For the last big stack, we have what I'd like to call miscellaneous games. These didn't really fit in any of the other categories I chose, so we have Nier Automata or Nier Automata, Untitled Goose Game, which is kind of a modern classic. People love this game. Maneater, where you play as a shark and eat people. I mean, that's fun. Sniper Elite 4, which actually looks really great and plays great. Road 96, which is a cool story-based game. There's multiple different endings. If you like story games, this one's really cool. Hellpoint, a game I got for cheap. Don't know much about it. Haven't had a chance to play it, but looks cool. And we also have Endling, which is a game where you play as a fox. It's a cool 2D platformer. Probably should have put that in a 2D section. And finally, we have Skyrim. This is a great port. It's so nice to have it on a handheld like this. I love Skyrim. And now we're going to get into some of the special editions and limited games. Here's a few limited run games. I did show you I have Quake. I had that in the 2D section of the video. But here's Super Meat Boy. The lady freaks me out. That is creepy. We also have the Castlevania Anniversary Collection. I am a huge, huge fan of the Castlevania franchise, and this has 8 of the original games. We also have Samurai Jack, another franchise I really like. I really like the game back on PS2. I haven't gotten around to playing this one yet, but it looks cool. And we also have some special editions here, or collector's editions, whatever you like to call it. I usually don't buy a lot of these. I've just kind of acquired these over the years. This is a super rare game. This is Bloodroots, game that looks really cool, but I should probably just get it digitally because I don't want to open this copy. We also have Vertigo. I think this is a story-based game. I'm a huge fan of Hitchcock. I do want to get around to playing this one soon. This is a cool game. It comes with an art book and everything like that. We also have Sifu. This is the Vengeance Edition, and it also comes with some cool art books and stuff like that. And for the very last game in the collection, we have Hashtag Drive, or just Drive, a racing game with a really cool cartoony art style. All right, and that's it. That's 103 Switch games. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to this point, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I know I've been gone for a while, and I just want to say I appreciate the continued support, even in my absence. I had a lot of big things in my life change, and I just needed to get all of that figured out before I came back to this, to my creative outlet, to what I really love doing. I just wanted to make sure I'm ready. So thank you for your patience. If you're still here watching, it means the world to me. A lot of great videos coming. I have so many notes, so much filmed. So get ready for some really good stuff on this channel. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.